Show. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful afternoon over here in the city of wherever it is that you are. I'm so excited to bring you another episode, an edition of the NEL Show. We are dealing with the reasons behind failed marriages in the 21st century. Just like I was sharing in my write-up, we've gotten to the part or point where it seems as if one failed marriage in one corner of the world is something to talk about, is something to keep trending, or is something to have a discussion over. And why it is important, and people will definitely talk about things and hopefully learn lessons from those things. It's also important to find out why these marriages are failing and what we can do to actually do better and better marriages, because it does not do us any good if we are having failed marriages and if that is what is popping out on the internet. It really doesn't do us any good. It doesn't do us any good. I was reading through an article last night or so, and somebody was talking about, once again, it was another failed marriage or almost failed marriage, or however it is he wants to be tagged, and somebody was sharing about how the person is now so fearful about marriage. So this is why we need to speak about the reasons behind the failed marriage in the 21st century and find a way to move forward. Okay, we'll be having our guests join us right now so that we can take it up from there. Thank you so much for joining in. Namdi Special, Happy Bella Kulialata. Thank you so much. All right, let me add our guest in and then we move right on to it. So please share with me, what are your expectations? What are your expectations for, let me know, what are your expectations for today's conversation? You can share it in the comments below. Okay, all right, our guests are shared that she's coming. I'm trying to post this. Good. All right, welcome Diola, welcome. So what to post this anyways. All right,
sorry, I didn't understand.
Okay, good. So in now, Amra Academy, thank you so much. So like I was saying, what are your expectations? Like I said, this is for everybody pretty much. You are married, you are interested in getting married, you are single, you are even divorced, and you're looking to get into a saner marriage, into a marriage that actually works. This is where you should be. All right, our guest just confirmed that she's joining in. All right. It is raining. If you are watching the replay, feel free to skip this part. Okay, yes, thank you so much for still being with us. Yeah, Mama Bees, yeah, and we will jump right into it. Okay, let me add that to the conversation. Yes. It's really raining over here. Okay.
Hi.
Mama B, thank you so much for joining this conversation this afternoon. I am so happy. And I am especially
I'm
grateful
excited to
for,
be here.
yes, ma. And I'm especially grateful for all that we're going to be learning from you today. So we'll just get
Yeah.
right into it. These things are blocking me. Let me get it off. Okay. Yep. All right. So we'll get right into it now. Bridget Elesin is a creativity ambassador and coach, a John Maxwell coach, speaker, teacher, and trainer. She's a Team Fast certified marriage master, mentor, and affiliate. Family life and mental health practitioner. She has gotten amazing feedback, specifically with regards to helping people find clarity and also build personal and family systems that create bliss. She lives by the mantra, you can only export what has worked at your home. Hence, a passion for helping individuals and families live out their truth before teaching it. She's an advocate of team-based marriage and the intellectual property owner of the Marriage Mindset Program, Fatherhood Mastery Program, Complete Man and Woman Program, and the Superstar Wifey and Superstar Hobby Program. She's the author of the following books: Fathers, You Must Take the Lead, Father, Mentor, Leaving a Worthy Legacy for Your Sons and Daughters, Bridgetly Speaking, the Complete Woman Workbook, the 21 Days Complete Woman Challenge, Fatherhood Mastery Guide, the Blueprint to a Better You in Marriage ebooks, plus co-publisher of the Complete Family magazine and permanent guest with her husband on the recently created Complete Woman, the Complete Family Show, a podcast on Anchor FM. Bridget Elesin is joyfully married to her favorite person in the world, Tunde Elesin, and with their 3 prophetic children, they make their home in Lagos, Nigeria. So please, let's give Mama B an e-clap. Thank you so much, my again. Wow. Okay.
Thank you, Kitty. Thank you.
Yes, ma. So, Mama B, in today's day and age, we see a lot of there are still, well, it's looking like it's almost every week now where we see one marriage breakup or the other. And it even seems to spread wilder than those who are having it together and are even putting in and are doing their best to be out there. It seems those bad news is the one that people want to listen to the most. Take an example. A recent case happened where a wife came out to share about her husband cheating, something like that. She was at 6 million followers when she shared. When the news started going around, Mama, you will not believe that this person got additional 1 million followers in between the space of a few hours, just because they heard, or what I mean that's people heard that they may break up or the marriage may break up, whatever the case. But if it's a good thing, people follow those news, but it will not be as much as 1 million people following. So, Mama, I will start with that question. If you can even help us understand, maybe there's something that we are not aware of. Why do you think, or maybe do people itch to hear bad news about people's marriages in the 21st century?
I think bad news sells. It flies faster normally. So that's a given. Bad news sells faster and flies. People want to just hear, and then you know how we are. We love gossip. So if the person is opening herself up, for people to gossip about, they want to hear the hot gist from her mouth or from the horse's mouth, so they would rather just follow to get first-hand information than go to the blog to get those information. So it's very important that we understand that, yes, marriages may seem as if they're not working, but there are a lot of marriages that are working, despite all the dramas that we have. There are a lot of people still believe that marriages work, okay? And they're working it gradually. So, but in terms of people wanting to hear the bad news, it's how life is. People want to get distracted, and just forget that, they have bills to pay, they have everything. Well, what's the next gossip? And those are people that really, in their own mind, they are just trying to distress or remove stress from them. So the gossip will feed that part of them. So I don't think whoever put that out there opened herself or himself up for those conversations. So you won't blame those that are wanting to get the latest gist and juicy news from her page. So I'm sure that's why she gained followers. And with all the celebrities, you never know. Sometimes it's publicity stunts. Sometimes it's them really having issues and wanting sympathizers. Sometimes it's them just wanting to talk and like, I bottled this up for so long and let me just gain public sympathy in case it comes out before. So they will announce it themselves so that they can control what people hear. It's sad. We don't want any marriage to break, but if that's how they want to get it done, then it's fine with them.
Wow, that was actually a perspective about sometimes them announcing it themselves so that someone else doesn't carry the news or narrative maybe the way they don't want. Wow. Okay. So Mama B, we're focusing especially today on the reasons behind failed marriages in the 21st century. And one of the things that I would like to ask you is, as a person who has had a marriage that is working, as a person who has interacted with a lot of people in the older generation, like based on your age, and as a person who is also interacting with people in this new generation as well, what would you say is the difference between marriages in the older generation and the current generation? Some people claim that, of course, there is a lot of breakup in this generation, but some people will argue that it's because mothers were taking a lot of, or bottling up a lot of stuffs that ladies are not ready to bottle up in this century. So, Mama B, what's the difference? Because it seemed the home, there was just a home, there was a home that a lot of people still had. Yes, marriages broke up, but not as much as it is today. What's the difference between that, the generation, those marriages, and then what we have in the 21st century in recent times?
Okay, if I want to answer your question directly, first of all, our generation is different from our mother's own. My own generation is different from yours. Like I always tell people, the difference is always 10 years when you start counting in terms of people's, when they do this age grading in the villages, what they tend to do is with 10 years. So if we are within the 10 years, some is 5, but let's use 10 years. So that's the 10 years. So within 10 years, we are within the same age group. So if I have somebody that is 40 to 50 now, we are like in age grouping, we're almost the same age group.
Yes.
Okay. So when you have another person that is 30 to 40, like that. So whatever it is, even if you're saying, oh, we're doing from what age, but then let's use 10 years. So every person that is within a certain decade, it's a different ball game. And coming from where we're coming from, for some of us, for some people that are doing marriage, like I will put it, the Bible, I'm a woman of faith. So I will always visit the Bible to say, my people perish for lack of knowledge. So what knowledge do you have about this institution called marriage? Who modeled that knowledge to you? Who showed you how to do marriage? How was marriage modeled to you? Because it's what you see that you will model. It's what you see that you will do. Every one of us, we are from Daddy and Mommy University.
Yeah.
We all come from a home. And so because you come from a home, if your family, your parents did not do marriage right, or they did it in such a way where it was done wrongly. Okay, I'm echoing. I don't know what is happening.
It's 3:15 p.m.
Okay, can you hear me, Ma?
I can hear you loud and clear, but I could get a feedback. As I'm talking, I'm getting a feedback.
But
it's better now.
But it's better now. Okay.
It's better.
Okay, Ma.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so I was saying something that it's the person that taught you how to be married that you will do marriage like. So the first thing is marriages are breaking up because of lack of information. People are not getting the right information. They are not seeing the right modeling because we all come from a home. If your parents had a toxic relationship, had a marriage that was not working, there's every likelihood that you will have the same because that education in terms of marriage with you started with your parents, and you saw probably your dad, oppressing your mom, or you saw your mom being rude, or you saw a lot of, them not having the right boundaries, not doing marriage right. And so you will take the same thing, except you pause and tell yourself, I need to change this. So it starts with the information you have about marriage. It starts with your vision of marriage, who you are getting married to, how much of yourselves do you know. It starts with you, both of you sitting down to count the cost. How committed will I be in this relationship? Because these days it's for better, for stay, for worse, for go.
Yeah.
You understand? So if people believe that, it's only marriage is for enjoyment alone, there'll be time to endure. I want to enjoy my marriage. I teach the enjoyment part of marriage. But you cannot come to that enjoyment part when you've not endured and gone through things. So it starts first. The reasons why marriages fail is one, lack of information, lack of modeling from your home place, where you're coming from. Who modeled marriage to you? Who taught you how to do marriage?
Yeah.
What information do you have? They talk about lack of communication. By the time you're in a relationship, a lot of young people would rather just end up in bed and sleep with each other than find out if they are going the same direction. Does the man have a vision for himself? Does he have what he's doing? Is he somebody that has a dream of what he wants in his family? And you as a woman, do you have a dream of what your family should be? Do you have a vision for your life? Do you know your strengths, your weaknesses? When you don't know this and all you want to do is have sex, my dear, you have set yourself up for issues, because you won't be in bed 24 hours a day after you are married. Life will hit you. What is next? What is your dream? How do you want to live your life? So when you don't ask questions, it still boils down to information you have. Still boils down to communication. So when there's a lack of communication, even when you're in the relationship, you're in the marriage, how are you communicating? How are you both talking about your dreams and doing life together? Then look at intimacy. Lack of intimacy. Intimacy is not sex. There's physical intimacy. There's intellectual intimacy. There's recreational intimacy. There's emotional intimacy. There's intimacy on various levels. Do you have it? Because you can't manufacture all of these things. I want a good wedding. It's not Mills and Boone. I used to read Mills and Boone, Harlequin. But it's different from the reality of marriage. I've been married for 18 years and counting. So it's different. So people want to get married. Oh, it's the beauty. And the truth is they will spend more time planning the perfect wedding, taking photo shoots, doing everything. One day, some of them will not go for counseling. Come and pay counselors to counsel you properly. Even in the church, when the church, maybe religious organization, they organize counseling. I am a counselor in my church. Sometimes when you tell young people to come for counseling, it's as if I'm the one troubling them, and I'm looking at them. I went for I'm not joking. The church does not pay me. It's a service to humanity. So I will not be calling you to remind you to come for your counseling. When 1 hour of my time is in dollars, you spend nothing less than at least $50,000, $100, $150 and above to talk to me. And I'm doing this for you free. And I'm still the one trying to call you to say, come for, are you giving me attitude? And I'm like, for real? They would rather spend their time doing hall. You will go and pay $1 million for hall. You've not paid at least $1,000 for counseling. You've not sat down to learn. You do not have people that you're looking up to say, these are my mentors, or people you can look up to say, okay, let me see their model of marriage. Are you getting me? So sometimes when I look at young people, I'll just be laughing, because these days I don't even see anything. Because I am tired of having people that all they are concerned about is their looks. There's nothing wrong with it. All they are concerned about is the next bag, the next gadget, but not concerned about their marriage and their life and where they are going to. I can't help you. I was telling somebody, which I said, if I tell you the number of people that call me to report and say things, if everybody that calls me for hours, they pay me, I will be one of the richest counselors on planet Earth. But because I'm altruistic, I will just say, oh, this person is in trouble. But most times they don't even come out to say, because when the things are done, their marriages start working, they even forget you until the next fix. They are having another issue, they call you. So sometimes these days, I ghost people, and it's deliberate. Because it's the truth. Right now, myself and my friend, we're having a program. That program is 1,000 for 7 days. We put it on our flyers. We did everything. We even paid to advertise. 1,000 naira, $2. I can tell you for free, we have less than 30 people there. So people say it's not advertising, you didn't advertise, you did. I'll just be laughing. I said, no, it's not about the advertisement. I pay heavily for my training. So if my marriage is not working, there's something wrong with me, because I train, I have mentors, I pray, and I put on the right attitude. So there's no way it won't work. But when you're not ready to learn, you're not ready to put into practice what you've learned. I have coached people that as I speak are divorced. When I was talking to them, first of all, they came with lies. Oh, how did you meet? How this was, everything from the get-go, lies. I can only pray for discernment. And I'm telling you, this is not adding up. Are you sure? You say, man, I'm sure because you want to get married. All you're looking for is vagina and penis. You're not going to use that all your life. Marriage is beyond your vagina and your penis. Even if you are very good in bed now, you will pay bills. Except that is what you do for a living. And you use that to pay your bills. You will have issues. You will interact. You will talk. So why are people not opening themselves up for learning? You go to school for 6-7 years, depending on the course that you read. Some 4 years. And then you want to go to one of the most important institutions and you're not ready to learn. We are begging people to come for counseling, come for this and that. And I'm telling people, I'm done with it. I can sit in my house and just manage myself and manage my life. I still pay for courses as I am 18 years counting. So why won't marriages fail? When there's one, lack of education. You are going into an institution that you don't even know anything about. You don't know what you like. You don't even know yourself. You don't know your purpose. Not everybody can be your husband.
Yeah.
Not everybody can be your wife.
True. Very true.
So I tell people, it starts with you. What do you want for you? Marriages will fail if we do not look at ourselves and say, who am I as a person? What do I want out of life? Why am I here? Even if you don't know God, why did you create me? I'm not just a number. I was created by a purpose. What is my purpose? God, what is it that you made me on earth for? Find yourself first. Because if you don't find yourself, you go and damage another person in the marriage. Find you. What are your likes? So marriages are failing. One, first, lack of knowledge. Knowledge of self, knowledge of the institution, knowledge of the person you are married to. Knowledge of the person you are married to. A lot of women, I've shared my story repeatedly, but for those that maybe they're joining us for the first time, I've been married for 18 years. I'm the first of 8 children, and I have adopted siblings, apart from the 8 biological children that my mom and my dad, they have. Okay? So I have adopted younger siblings as well. And then I am very, very, how do I say it now? I believe in the family. So I'm forever, getting new siblings as well as sisters and brothers. So I have a large family. I come from a very large family, both from my husband's side and from, my own side. But my side is, we are more than my husband's side. My husband they have 5 of them. He's the 4th of the 5 children. I am the first of 8. So when it comes to motherhood, I am a nurturer because of the way I was groomed by my mom. So I grew up looking out for my siblings. Until today, I don't even know when I get into that, how will I say now, that spot of being a mother to even those that are older than me. I'm forever looking out for people. So I grew up like that because of the kind of parents I grew up with. And growing up with my parents, I won't lie and tell you, oh, they had a perfect marriage. Oh, they had their drama. But next year, by the grace of God, they'll be 50 years strong in their marriage. 50 years.
Wow.
They weathered the storm together. They are still together. My mom got married at a very young age, and my dad too. But then my mom was a teen when she had me, but she was already married then. But what am I saying? They have sat down to understand each other, to weather the storm, and all through the things they went through, including in-laws, including, name all the dramas. It's their marriage, so let me not start sharing their things. But believe you me, they are still together. Because those days, they used to believe when something is not working, we make it work. And this is where I tell young people, sometimes we have lack of commitment. I mentioned something, for better, for stay, for worse, for go. People marry, apart from lack of knowledge of self, lack of knowledge of the institution, lack of communication is also key. We're not talking about our dreams. We're not talking about our goals. We do not have a vision. Let's just get married. Papa said we should get married. Mama said we should born. I said, according to Oyeka Owenu and Sonny Ade, Papa said make we marry. Mama said make we born. No. That's what a lot of people are doing. Because your parents want grandchildren. But are you aligned to know that you have a purpose, and not just everyone can fit into that purpose? So if you don't know yourself, you go and marry wrongly, and you are not ready to learn, no marriage education. I teach, I'm a trainer. I'm on the board of the Institute of Marriage and Family Affairs, TIFA USA.
Yeah.
I coach and I train. I'm also a family life practitioner. And I have done so many things when it comes to learning, and I'm still learning. So if after 18 years, I'm still learning and growing, then who are you that is just starting? You are in kindergarten, and you feel it, you getting ready for wedding of 1 million, buying a shoebi and doing everything, and no marriage counseling. Sometimes I weep when I see people with all the preparations they will make, and yet no knowledge, no investigation into the person that they're getting married to, no knowledge of who the family is. Because in Africa, the family is important. What is the knowledge you have of this family? How welcoming are they? How good are they? Because some family can become an hindrance. The boy and the girl are okay, but the family, they are just, oh, it is the way we want it. It is how we want it. But Oga, madam, father, mother, you've lived your life. These children are adults. You cannot become an helicopter parent telling them what to do. You pray for them. I have children. I am praying for them. God, they will get it right. But we are teaching and teaching with our lives.
Yeah.
I don't hide the drama I have with my husband from my children. Marriage is likened to the tongue and the teeth. They will fight. And at the end of the day, you don't see the teeth telling the tongue, come on, bite it and put it off.
Can you still hear me? Because I cannot hear Mama B again. Please kindly let me know in the comments if you can hear me. So maybe it is a network. Okay, seems to be my network. I hope not. Okay, so I will try to add Mama B again. I will try to add her again. I do not know what that was about, but let me add her. Ah, what a great conversation we're having. Okay, I think that was network.
I'm
Oh,
back.
sorry.
I'm back.
Okay, thank God, ma.
Can you
I
hear
think
me?
it was network. Yes, I can totally
Yeah,
hear
the
you, ma.
network and then my power
Maybe because
supply.
of,
Can you hear me now? I can't
yes,
see
I
you,
can.
but I can hear you.
Okay, I think it will pop up soon, or I will pop up soon. I'm thinking maybe because of the weather.
Okay. Okay,
I'm
no problem.
thinking
But I can
so.
hear you. I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Clearly. Yes, ma, I can hear
Yep.
you, ma.
Can you hear me?
You were saying what you were.
Yeah.
Yes, ma, I can hear you.
Thank you.
I don't know if you remember your train of thoughts
Yeah.
because it was so powerful what you were sharing. You were, yeah, in a nutshell, you were sharing about the importance of knowledge. I don't know if you remember, ma.
About yourself, about others.
Okay, you can see me now. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay, ma. I don't. Yes, but I cannot hear you again, ma. No, I cannot hear you again, ma. So I want to try to remove you and re-add you and come back. Okay, yes, yes. Sir. Let me remove. Yes. Then I re-add you, please. Thank you so much for your patience. It's just the network challenge from Mama B's place, but maybe she would even go off totally and then join again. Okay. Thank you. Please do well to invite as many friends as possible, please. I'm hoping that it will be better now to join in this conversation. Hey, this is so good. So, so, so good. Okay, so I'm trying to, a lot of insights that people are sharing. Thank you so much. Please keep on sharing what you are learning in the comment section. Please do that. Please, what stood out for you in the comment section as we go on in this conversation. Okay, let's see. Wedding but do not have adequate knowledge. Oh yes, okay, okay, okay. Bolu was recapping for us. I've invited maybe, but let me cancel the invitation and do that again. Okay, okay. I think she's trying to get some things. I think she's trying to get some things set. I think so. Okay, she's back. She's back. She's back. Welcome. Okay. I'm hoping that
Can you hear me now?
it's better now. Yes, Baba B, I can hear you. It just
Okay.
has a bit of network interruption, but I can hear you. I'm hoping
Okay.
that as time goes
I
on,
don't
we can
know.
see you clearly as well.
I don't know what is happening. I am on my Wi-Fi and my other internet, so I don't know what is happening. So let's see.
What is going
I
on?
hope it goes well.
Okay.
Something happens. Hopefully, from what you said, really, it's not really well, but that can also be thing.
Okay. Ah,
So can you hear me?
I think she left it. Okay. So I can hear you, but I cannot see you yet. Okay. 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 We'll just wait for that. And if you could try changing location, maybe it could help. I don't
Change
know
my
if it helps
location.
with this internet because
I don't know if I can, but let's try. Let me
if it
try.
would work out.
I'll try.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
try.
Okay. Ooh. Wow. Okay. That's done. Learning to gain knowledge about the institution, your purpose, and your person. Lucy Lane. Lucy Lane is sharing. Okay. Thank you so much. I think Bolu was saying, she was saying plan for wedding, or people plan for wedding but don't have adequate knowledge about marriage. Okay, you were also affirming that you can hear me. All right, but you cannot hear. That's Mama B. All right. Pamela is saying Bridget is having network issues. Okay. That you can see me. Oh, thank you for your feedback. Lack of commitment. Happy belly kulialata. All right. Deep. When something is not working, you make it work. Okay, Mama B is working out things. She hasn't joined the live yet, but we'll be taking comments, and please do well to share your learning points. Happy belly. Okay, lack of knowledge of self and marital institution. We are having. Let's see. Okay, lack of information, model, commitment, intimacy, and counseling is coming in from Happy Belly. Pastor Nika Ajayi says, tell them, Mama B, I'm so done with begging people to counsel in church. Pastor Nika Ajayi is also saying, intimacy is not sex. It's a good time to screenshot this. That is a great comment. Deep Truths, good evening. I think Mama B is back. Okay, we're having new people join us. Thank you so much. Okay. Namdi Special is saying, I love you, Ma. Good to see you, Mama B. And that is about it. Thank you so much for staying, Diola, Amra Academy, Frolix, Happy Belly, Henry, Bolu, Laolu, thank you, and Momodu. Thank you so much. So she's working out her internet. If you're watching the replay, you can just skip this part. You can skip this part. Of course, she's trying to work out her internet challenges so that when she comes back, we can actually continue with this very important conversation and not have interruptions coming in here and there. That is actually very important. Still tracking her. Okay. Yes, thank you, Instagram. All right. Important points that she shared. Okay, she's back. Wanted to share. So, important point that she shared. She shared about having your vision for a marriage. Having your vision for a marriage is very, very important. And working things out. I believe that somebody shared that. So working things out when things are not working rather than running away from it, which is what some people do. Which I will ask her this question, which I think is some people's challenge in this generation, is that people do not know how to communicate. And not even communicate like talk, because we are used to a lot of texting and all those kind of comments, chatting, go nice, you look nice. People, for example, it can be a person's birthday, and this person knows the person privately, can call them or text them, but no, this generation will be busy in the comment section. And so that is how people see communication now. They don't see communication like a lot of people that are older used to see communication, where you call a person or you see a person or you employ one of those methods. It's usually chats. So when you are so used to that kind of that's something I've noticed. We are so used to that kind of conversation, to have deep seated communication and conversations and possibly even confrontations becomes something that is so difficult. So the art of communication is not even just a marriage thing. It's a thing that everybody needs to learn at whatever level that they are. You need to learn to ask questions. You need to learn to Yeah, to do introspection. When a thing happens, the first thing is not to run out even talking to the person, is to ask questions within yourself first, so that helps you to ask the right question outside of yourself, whether it's your spouse, your colleague, whoever it is that you are talking to. That way we are communicating better. All right, Navi is back, and we trust for this best in the second half of this conversation. Welcome, Colette. Okay, so I just added that to the conversation. You can also do well to please ask your questions in the comments. I will add it to see where I can add it in the course of our conversation. Yes. Wow.
Can you hear me now? Can you see me?
Ah, yes, Mama B, we can hear you and we can see you. It's much better.
Let's try.
Yes, it's much better.
Let's try and hope it's okay. I had to do a bit of moving around. Yeah.
Okay, ma. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, but were you? Have you been able to wrap up your points? I was, in fact.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be cut short when you're flowing, because
I don't know what happened. Network happens sometimes where it's been my network here has been very stable, so I don't know what happened. But anyways, let's hope that we enjoy it till the end, because this is the nightmare of every presenter. When you're flowing and then all of a sudden something happens and you're like, oh my God, yeah. But the bottom line is people need to get education before they think about marriage. You need to educate yourself about yourself. You need to also, know where you're coming from. Know where you're coming from. Your pedigree in terms of the parents you're coming from, the parents your spouse to be is coming from, so that you understand. Have knowledge about yourself, the person you're getting married to. Have knowledge about his or her family to know if you can deal. Because some of these people, it's in-laws and outlaws that will come and, make a marriage fail when they get too involved, when there are no clear-cut boundaries set, when the man does not even know himself. The woman does not know her role, does not know herself. He does not know his role. He does not know himself. So all of this, when you go through professional counseling, or even the minimal, which is counseling in your religious organization, you will learn. You will learn. And then when you unlearn what you've learned from your parents, especially when they didn't get it right, when you unlearn what you've learned from them, that will also help you. So for me, my parents have been married for a long time, but there are things I will not want to be part of my home. It's not as if, oh, it's so bad, but then, I will not want some certain things to say, okay, this did not go well. How do I mitigate, or how do I ensure that it does not repeat itself? Because there are actually patterns that repeat itself in families if we are not conscious. And that's why we need to learn. We need to learn to know that if this is what is prevalent in my family, or the women go through this, they go through that, it will not be my portion when it comes to my turn. What I went through in terms of getting married and so many other things, I will not want my children to go through that. Okay? So it's always good that as a parent, even if you want to support your children, it's to stay in the place of prayers and make sure you teach them well. They're coming from somewhere. Whoever they're going to get married to is coming from somewhere. So you teach them and you make sure that they go through marriage counseling, understand what they are getting involved in, and introduce them to mentors. If you have, we believe in mentors. So we don't see our children getting married without going through some people that we feel can mentor them. Younger, older, they will go through. Because we went through mentors. We went through church counseling. We went through counseling that was not church-based. That was like somebody referred us to another couple that could, coach us. So at the end of the day, for us to get to where we are now, before we got married, we did like 4 sets. That 4 was like official. The church where we worship currently, the church where we got married, those were 2 levels of counseling and 2 levels of teaching. And And then we went through a coaching program with a couple that actually they did so much that the man, till today, I call him my kinsman redeemer. He became a spokesman for everything. Like, oh, Bridget, this is not right, this is right. He stood till the end. Then we went through counseling with mentors. We had my cousin that was like, I'd been married for a long time. I went to her husband. Myself and my husband went there. My uncles, my mentors, people that I saw as authority figures in my life. We spoke to them. Same with my husband. Those we couldn't meet, we spoke to. Then it was GSM 18 years ago. You know, you still had this telephone conversation. It just started then. So we could speak to them to say, okay, this is what you are getting involved in. So I tell people it would be a surprise if our marriage did not work, because we prepared ourselves and we are still working it. It's not as if it's 100% perfect. So you keep learning, you keep growing, you keep communicating. Communication is said to be the lifeblood of every relationship, especially the marriage relationship. So when there's lack of communication, you're not communicating your vision, you're not communicating your goals, your dreams, there'll be trouble. If you that is a woman that is set and you're settled for life, and you now say because of pressure, oh, I'm now 30, I'm now 40, I'm not married, and you now see one bomber that does not even know his left from his right. Sorry guys, I'm not dissing you, but I'm just saying it because there are a lot of men that do not even know themselves, and you bring a woman into your confusion. You don't have to get married. Be ready to grow. Be ready to learn. That's why we tell women, if you are getting married, ask the guy some questions. And you, ask the woman some questions. Who are your mentors? Who are the people that you've listened to? Who are the people you've seen their marriages work, that you want their marriages to be like, your marriage to be patterned after? Because you need all of those information. If they not tell you these are the people, you will know that whatever is running in those homes is what you will see in your home. Because those are the people that they follow. So we have to go back to the basic. Marriages will fail, not because marriage is a bad thing, but the people in the marriage are not prepared. They don't have education. They lack commitment. They have unrealistic expectations. You got married to someone that you know was earning 60,000. And then you want him to buy you an outfit that is 100,000. You want him to go steal? You want to dress like you're keeping up with the Joneses. This person is wearing it. Oh, do you know is this hat that is in vogue now? Do you know is this that is in vogue? And then you put the man into, and you are owing all over. That's not a good way to live. Because one of the top reasons why marriages fail is lack of financial management. It's not just money. You can have money, you don't know how to manage it, you will still have problems with finance. I had to go and understudy a coach. I learned financial management because I am big on learning. If I tell people I have almost different coaches on almost every area of my life. I have somebody I follow in health. I have marriage mentors, not just one, but the one that everybody knows is the founders of the Institute of Marriage and Family Affairs. I have others. I have a ministry mentor. My husband too. We have mentors. I have financial coaches. People that I follow on finances. And today I'm a better financial manager compared to when I got married. Because in my marriage, I am the spender. My husband is the saver. So if you don't know all of this, you just go in and you bring your confusion. And then your attitude, where are you coming from? Your temperament. I am sanguine choleric. I'm first a sanguine and then a choleric. My husband is phlegmatic and melancholy. Okay? If you look at those temperaments, one person is totally introverted. The second person is totally extroverted. My son still told me today, say, Mom, you just enjoy, Mommy, you enjoy inviting people to come over. You just enjoy it. I'm energized by people. My son is also like his dad to an extent. They don't want people in their space. So boundaries.
Yeah.
If you don't understand boundaries, you will break up your home, because this person has his way of doing things, loves having people around, the other person does not. How do we compromise? So you need to understand, set boundaries, have realistic expectations, know what your husband is earning, what your wife is earning, know how to manage your finance, because if you don't have all of this, you don't have knowledge at all. My people perish for lack of knowledge. What knowledge do you have? And the knowledge you used at the beginning is not the same knowledge. If gadgets are changed every 6 months, then imagine that your spouse will change. His exposure, her exposure. When she's exposed to coaching, she's exposed to things, she will change, he will change. At work, the things that they're exposed to, you now expect that the person I married, oh, I used to give him money, oh, he was just this boy. Boy is now MG CEO of a company, and you are still wanting to treat him like boy. Sis, go and upgrade your knowledge. Go and upgrade. The girl you used to help, you paid school fees for, that went to school under you, is now a medical doctor and the owner of our own clinic, and you are still saying, hey, this girl, my dear, go and arrange your brain and help yourself. This girl has grown. This girl is now a manager. I'm not saying be rude, but understand the season you are in and understand who you're dealing with. It's not the boy that was your boyfriend eating granite and gari with you, or eating, snacks. Now he wants to eat healthy. Have you upgraded to meet his taste? Have you upgraded to meet her taste? So marriages will fail when we are not realistic, when we are not communicating, we are not talking about values, we are not talking about goals, we are not on the same page, we are not a team. I see a lot of couples, one person is going one direction, the other person is going the other direction. I'm a woman in ministry, and for a long time I used to tell myself, oh, Bridget, Tunde met you doing this work, he met you serving God. Even when we were counseling, one of our counselors said, this your wife will not be a regular wife. Are you ready for the kind of person she will be? She's already a minister. She won't be your regular person. Are you ready? And he said, yes. And when it was tested, that readiness was tested at the time. So if he was not prepared for it, because that was why I told him, I said, you remember this person told us this. So if you have temporary amnesia now, we can go meet the person again to remind you. So that's why counseling and being held accountable is important. It's very, very important. One of the questions I will ask you if you're a single person, to ask the person asking you, do you have a mentor? Do you have where you are going to? And if you have a mentor, what are the things you like about that person's marriage that you want to see in your home? And how do you intend to grow your home? How do you intend for us to be a team? Because marriage is partnership, is a team. Yes, there's headship and leadership in marriage. Headship is the man. For a person of faith like I am, is the head. But that means he must be a good head for you to follow. So don't marry somebody you cannot submit to, because submission is the buzzword. How can I submit? How can I do this? Are you telling me this? Please, if you are not ready for submission one to another, and you as a woman, please don't marry. You will not. You don't need a marriage certificate to enter heaven. Just sit down quietly and fulfill your purpose. Don't drag somebody with your ideologies and not say, hey, we are equal. Well, please, in marriage, that equality has a break. The man is the head. You are co-head, is in quotes. But you are both leaders, but he's the head. The buck stops with him. So if you can't follow him, please don't get involved. It starts with courtship. While you are courting, asking questions. Don't let sex be the first thing you do in courtship. They take you out for pizza or for a drink today, the next minute you are in bed. Don't let that be what is driving you. Know the person. Somebody you want to share your body with, share your life with for the rest of your days. You need to know where they are going to. How driven are they? You are a driven person. You say, oh, I don't mind. You don't mind. You enter the home and tomorrow, bro folds his leg and you are the one paying bills round about and you now say he's a wicked man. You saw him sitting there and just looking at you. You are the dreamer. You are everything. You are not the head of the home. So if you can't manage now, you don't know yourself and what you want, you go and marry such a man, my dear, you are in a one-chance bus, and it will take God to help you.
Oh.
It will take God. So when you enter the marriage, commitment is there, lack of intimacy is there. I was talking about intimacy on different levels. It's there. You got the most beautiful girl, and all you want to do is put her on a shelf. She can't live her life. It's what you tell her to do that she will do. You got this handsome man that is waiting on you, and all you want to do is check his phone. Where are you now? You call. Let me see who you are with. Hey, this one. You are not sure of yourself, my dear. You will break your marriage with your own hands. Nobody wants to be monitored. I trust my husband. I don't know what he's up to, but God knows what he's up to. God, I let this man be. Watch over him. And because I'm praying for him, God will keep him from entering into sin. And if he enters, I say, God, do not let him enter the one that will kill him. Watch over him. Because we're human beings. We will make mistakes. But am I willing to forgive him? Am I willing to work on us? Am I willing to forgive in advance? Marriage is not for babies. It's not for young boys and girls. It's for mature people, not in age, but in wisdom. And the Bible says, if you lack wisdom, ask of God. Everybody wants to enjoy their marriage more than they enjoy it. There will be time for endurance. But every day you are crying. You are not slicing onions now. Every day you are crying. Oh, he did this. Oh, he did that. Okay, the men cannot cry. And every day you want to go out. You want to run from your house. Because the woman does not provide the comfort and the joy that you deserve. You want to hang out with the boys 247. There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with that marriage. We need to look at ourselves. Intimacy is key. Thank you, my sisters, everyone commenting. Thank you for joining. My tribe, they are here. Official is okay. Thank you. Idausa, thank you. Amaka, thank you. I think Pamela was here. A lot of people joined. Thank you, thank you. This is Tammy. Thank you. I'm trying to see everyone. God bless you. Oh, Queen's Diction. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Kule, thank you. Okay? Everyone that has joined, thank you for joining. So let's understand. Then another case why marriages fail, adultery. When we talk about boundaries, people are reconnecting on social media. Whether it's the alumni, whatever. You just have people, even in your offices, you have people that you are so free with. And it wasn't your intention. Sometimes it's not the intention. Especially when you are not committed to your spouse or you don't have boundaries in place, you can get into trouble with adultery. And as a faith-based person, that is one of the reasons why people break up, because they say, oh, adultery is permitted. But when you look at Jesus' side of the story, it says it's because of the hardness of their hearts that Moses permitted adultery. You can overcome adultery and still make your marriage work. You can. But you need to know why. And most times I tell women, when we talk about adultery, recovery, and things like that, know that you are not the reason why the person cheated. You might be a contributing factor, but you are not the main reason. So you need to understand that a man or a woman that has proposed in their heart to cheat will cheat. And sometimes, why do people cheat? 3 reasons. The persons involved, what they're passionate about, and the places they go to. So you must be careful. There are people that when I do conversations with, I'm free with them, but I try. Boundaries must be set so that you don't cross the line. Whether it's in your office, is in the gym. A lot of people say, oh, I want to look good, and your gym instructor, before you know, from helping you and touching your tummy, it becomes so easy, and before you know it, gym instructor is instructing you and banging. Oh, banging body. So places you go to, be very careful. And the company you keep, the people around you. If all your friends are cheats and adulterers, if you have 5 of them like that, you are the 5th, 4 of them are cheats, you are the 5th person. It's just a matter of time, no matter the values you say. So I tell people, your cloud of witnesses, who are those around you? Do they want the same thing? Do they have the same values? Because if you are going out with those that do not have values that you have, do not believe in marriage, are not committed in their marriages, it's just a matter of time when you continue. They'll start laughing at you. Oh, you are so attentive to this, your husband, and this is what he does. And they'll start poisoning. It's a gradual thing. Before you know, you say, yes, so really, I'm always doing this for this man, and yet he doesn't appreciate me. You will stop. They don't do it. They don't want you to move on. You will stop. So I am careful as a person, and I tell people, be careful who comes around you. Be careful so that you can live well. So when it comes to adultery, people, places, and things, adultery can cause a marriage to fail in this century. And right now, a lot of people know values. You have marriage that they'll say, oh, it's okay, this is okay. The man is cheating, the woman is cheating, and they are all cruising.
Yeah.
Before God, it's a sin. It's a sin. So when you're married, your body, everything is for your spouse. Oh, the person does not know how to do this. That's why we say, if possible, marry as virgins. That's what the church will recommend, so that you don't carry experience of before and bring it in. And then mind what you watch. People that are watching porn now, watching all sort of things, they want the woman, hang your leg like this, do this, come from the back, do that one. Our body is not like those people. Those ones are doing drugs and doing other things, and the tech you see have been in movie production. When you piece everything together, sometimes it's not up to the amount, the number of times you are seeing it, and you not come and you want to kill somebody's son or daughter. Right now, people are doing all sorts in their marriage. The marriage bed should be kept undefiled. It's not just about adultery, it's also what you bring in. It's also what you bring in. So adultery now it's okay. Don't mind. Those days when we were growing up, it was unheard of. Where I come from, they will tell you, if you do this, your husband will die, or your first son will die. But now we've left those traditions to say we are now born again. But even with God, the saints will die. Repentance. So we have to be careful and know that there's so much reasons why marriages fail. But how do we navigate all of these reasons? It starts with education. It starts with communication. It starts with both of you having a vision for yourselves and your marriage. It starts with lowering your, I'm not saying lower your expectations completely, but don't have unrealistic expectations. Talk about it, set your goals, have expectations. Every year, I can read my goals. I set it, I send it to my husband. Every year, our children set goals as well. These are the things we must achieve. These are the things we must do. Even if we don't get to the number of things, we will at least get to half or do some. But you can't just live like that. You can't just wake up and leave. Then we are setting goals financially. How do we scale up financially? Because finance is one of the big reasons why marriage fails. And sometimes it's not the lack of money, it's the not managing well. And not being transparent with where you both are financially. Then talk about adultery, and they're not setting boundaries. Some men cannot set boundaries. Their parents can come, their siblings can come, women too, and they can rubbish your spouse anyhow. Friends can say anything to your wife, no boundaries. People can come to your house when they like, without you asking the other person, and you just say, they came to stay. They came to stay, and 1 month later they are still there. They came to stay. And it's affecting the food, affecting your planning, affecting everything. Even if you are the mother of this person, you have to ask, is it okay to come? Is it okay? And when you're coming, you discuss with your spouse. You don't just bring them there. And then you don't know how the person is. Whether the person is buoyant, whether the plan he has made for the month, whether the money you have and the things you bought for the home can take everybody. You need to learn and be realistic and communicate and talk. And then intimacy. Intellectual intimacy is key. Recreational. Do you do things together? Do you play? Do you talk? Physical intimacy. Do you sleep together? There are people that are flatmates and not soulmates. Myself and my friend Pamela, we've been having a program called Flatmates to Soulmates. How you can have intimacy, do it right, and become soulmates with your spouse. Today is day 4. And it was just 1,000, just a few people. So I was laughing. I said, if I'm taking this course, you can't pay anything less than 50,000. But we decided to do this for it's nothing, because we just wanted people to be committed to it. And the program is still on. And just a few people came. Somebody was asking me, Mom, why is it that you do? I said, we've done our best. We can't force people to learn.
People, yeah.
That's the truth. I can't. The truth is I'm not hungry. I can sit down and not even work as a coach, and I'll still have food to eat. But because I have a purpose, I have what I am doing, and the benefit of what I am doing, I'm learning for myself and teaching others, modeling and also coaching. I bring that extra income too to help my family scale up financially. But the truth is, I tell most people, I say, it's not your money I'm using to eat. But even if it's your money, I'm providing a service, and it's okay. Yeah. You've come to me, it's a service. So when you don't learn, when you rather spend time buying phones, you rather spend time, the amount on weave on and clothes, and you won't spend one time every year going for a course, going for a retreat or something that will benefit your family. You're doing yourself a disservice. So when your marriage starts failing, you won't blame anyone. You have yourself to blame. Marriage is neutral. It's the people in the marriage. Marriages will work if you work the principles. It's the people. It's like this water. I have a bottle of water here. It's clear. But whatever you pour into it will mix with it and make it polluted. So the people polluting marriage as it is, not doing it God's way. The one that instituted marriage had a vision of what it should be. When we are not aligned with his vision and the purpose of marriage, marriages will fail. So there's so many things. So many things. Let me stop here and so that you can ask more questions if you have.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mama Vic. And I will just go straight into it. We've been sharing, even when you went off, we've been sharing learnings from all that you've shared. And I don't even take this session for granted at all. Just so much wisdom. The next question is one that people usually ask. So they say things like, because you've shared a lot about preparation. So some people have shared that, everything we say, prepare. That's, how did they put this? How did they put this comment now? That is it? Whatever will happen in the marriage will happen in the marriage. It's not by preparing. That's what some people. That's the school of thought. Some people come from that. It's not by preparing. I remember now how they say it. How many things do you want to know about a person? I think I'll do it too in one question and allow you to talk. How many things you want to know about a person? How long do you want to cut the person to know about the person for how long? That's one. Then number two, there's this latest one about you must get sexually intimate with the person to know whether you're going to enjoy your marriage. In fact, that one has turned into arguments on different platforms. Like, how are you going to know? And so I usually ask, so how many people do you want to test before you now finally get married? And if it doesn't keep working, is that you're going to keep testing people? So these two in one question, Mababi, about the sex, testing people to know. And it's not as if some of this marriage still work out with the testing, but testing people to know, I don't want to go there and we are not performing at our peak. That's about sex. Then about this, how many things do you even want to know about the person self? They're always telling us to prepare. And now people use this kind of conversations and this mindset to enter marriage, and of course we'll have problems. So what do you have to share regarding this?
The first questions for those preparing. If you don't prepare for an exam, will you pass or fail?
Yeah, you're going to fail.
If you prepare based on a scheme of work, there's every likelihood that you will do at least, when you write the exams, at least you get average, especially when the scheme stays. That's why I said the preparation is first. I have what I call the marriage preparation kit for people that are about to be married. I'm just going to go through and just run through some questions, basic things that you should know when you are about to get married. It's just basic things. Okay? So that it's something I teach young people so that when they come, I'm coming, please.
Yes, totally.
I'm just trying to, so that I get everything in full. There are questions, yes. There are 12 questions, 12 things you must, yes, the marriage expectation toolkit. I'm going there now, so that I have it written out, okay? So the things to talk about before saying I do. I had this conversation with someone on Facebook. I actually taught it. It was my course. It was my own course. But I taught it and I shared to a lot of people in my network that were young people. Okay? And talking as a person of faith, it's for people to know that marriage is beyond a contract. There's a covenant. So for you to marry successfully, you need to talk about real stuff and not just dance about and be sleeping about, thinking that if I test. And like I tell people, it's just like, will you go to a shop now and say because you want to check if this water is poisoned or good, you will not be opening it and you drink. Gulp. First of all, they will come and carry you, pay for it. And then they will carry you and say, this one, there must be something wrong with the person's head. Madness has entered. You won't go and buy chocolate and you say, let me just bite first before I eat, or chewing gum.
Let me open
You will pay before you chew.
It's true.
So all those I am chewing, I am biting. Have you seen prostitutes that all through the day, they are sleeping with men for money, and by the time they get married, to even sleep, even with that, they can't even keep a home. Have you heard cases like that? So it's not the sex alone. Sex can be a good part if your husband is actually the one that loves sex. Because a man that is not interested in sex is interested in money, intimacy, intellectual intimacy, physical intimacy, and co. It's only when you are in bed. You have to be in bed or be in a place where, are you going to be like a dog sleeping with the person everywhere you go to? No. So there must be more to you. So the preparation, yes, you might not know everything. I told my story of not knowing what my husband loved to eat until like 8 years after. Why? I assumed every time I would say, oh, I want to make this food, he would say, no, don't make swallow. They call it swallow in Nigeria. Don't make swallow for me. Why? Because they say, I didn't ask why. That's one thing. Why? You don't even ask. Oh, you are saying this. Why are you saying this? I didn't ask. I just felt assumed, which is the lowest level of knowledge. You assuming that this person, oh, does not like swallow because, oh, maybe it's late, it's too heavy. Why, sir? I never asked. It took me, I think, 8 years. One day I just like, okay, what's your favorite food? What is this? What is that? When he said swallow, I almost died. Tunde, you mean? Yeah. Then because most times when I get to eat in the office, that is what I eat. I don't want to come back and eat the same thing. I never asked. So the more questions you ask, the more you will find out. And it's a life of question and answer till we die. You keep questioning, you keep asking. There are things I ask my husband. I don't assume that, oh, because of the... Sir, why? And we've taught our children to ask questions. Don't assume. That's why people die. When you go to the hospital, you are supposed to ask your doctor questions. This is malaria, and so you talk. They will ask you things. Why is this? Why did this start before? Why? Because they are asking questions to understand. And then they'll say, let's go for a test. But most times we are not ready to ask questions. We just want to dive into bed. So your testing does not guarantee you having a successful marriage. You can test and it will still fail. That's why I say you can't go around testing. And like I tell people most times, oh, if we don't test, how far? All you need to check is when the person is around you, how are you? You will know now.
Yeah.
Oh, you've never slept before. There are people that are married as virgins and they don't have any drama in their marriage. Even when you now test and you now marry, you'll not be having wrong expectation. Oh, you can't carry your leg well because Cecilia or Demon used to carry his leg like this, and now I'm with you. He used to do like this. So you now have preconceived way to do it. A child that is just born, I have 3 biological children. If you give birth, when you try to put them to nurse, to suck, the first time they will aim at the breast. You will try putting until they get it right and latch on the nipple and start sucking. And when you even start at first, it will tickle you as a person because you've never had it, especially for those women. That's why they advise men, please, before you even get baby, sucking your wife's breast. So when the baby comes, she's not always jumpy. Some people will say, no, I can't even stand it. Please let me just use the breast pumping machine and express whatever your style is. But the child will learn how to lash onto the nipple until they get it right. It's the same thing with love making. Even those that have done it all the time, you've not done it with this person. And if you've been doing it before, the one you did for Oshofri, as they say it, now is painful. There will be a difference. So don't even start what you can't finish. And being intimate before marriage does not guarantee the success of the marriage. If that was everything, you just be with soul ties everywhere, you start breaking covenants later. Even if you don't believe in it. But then you compare. This is how Jide used to do. This is how he used to close his eyes. This is how Amaka used to do. This is how... All those nonsense, you don't need it. It's better to start on a clean slate. So your testing will not help you. So I was talking about the things to look at before you say I do. Who are you getting married to? What kind of person is he or she? What is their temperament, their personality? What are their strengths, their weaknesses, their likes and dislikes? You will find out all of that. Their family background. What kind of family are they from? What kind of traditions do they have in their family? I remember some of my older colleagues that said when they got married, the next thing the man was like, we are going to our hometown. Every December, they have to go back home. And there are people that, if they don't go home, every December, they are having a tradition of where all the family members end up for New Year in a particular house and they rotate. Maybe this other person does not want that. So look at the tradition. And there are some that are idol worshippers and they want to worship their idol during this period. Instead of Thanksgiving, they are going to serve the gods of their family. So look at the family first. You won't say, oh, this tradition, that tradition. Ask, are there things in your family? Ask. And then ask questions. Will both parents be a deciding factor in your home? Some men, if their father or their mother have not spoken, nobody has spoken in that home. When you as a wife speak, you say, let me go and ask daddy and mommy. Even if they don't stay with them. It's only a wise daddy and mommy that will say, guy, you now have your life. Please treat your wife as you should, as we taught you, as you've seen us model to you. Then know your expectations in marriage. What do you expect from your wife or your husband to be? If you want a full-time housewife, and now you are dating a career woman, you tell her, and you want to dream that by the time you marry a rich man, you want to just be a woman that will just be a kept woman. Tell him. Because maybe he's expecting, she was working. And you now look at him as Santa Claus. That once I'm married, my entire problem is solved. You will shock yourself in the marriage. So talk about your expectations. What do you expect? You want a wife that will be wearing 90. And all your life, lingeries, as they say it. Won't be wearing nice gowns and be showing up. There's a movie, I can't remember the movie, where the lady, before the husband wakes up every day, she has made her hair, is in place, she has her wig, everything in place. Her mom will come in the middle of the night. Is it Napier Head or something? I can't remember. On Netflix. She will arrange herself, and the man had never seen her out of place. So you need to talk about your expectations. You want a wife that, this was not my weight when I got married. But married, babies, now I'm watching and coming back gradually. But you need to say, one of my values is you being trendy, sporty, and looking fit. It's not for you to go and meet a woman that you know is already big and I say, hey, I can't marry you like that. Or you not give her self-esteem and body shaming issues. Please leave her the way she is. There are people looking for robust big women to marry and enjoy. They want flesh. Let those men come and meet those women, please. Don't go and now say, hey, you are drinking now, you are drinking coke again, that's why you are fat. If a man is telling you that, please and please know that there's a red flag. Talk about your expectations. You want sex every time. Ladies, sex is part of marriage. It's part of marriage. And for most men, it's one of the things that they enjoy. So they don't want to come and then you are saying, I'm tired, I'm tired. That's why I beg men. Help your wife at home. If a woman expects you to help at home with domestic chores, you say, what if I'm MDCO and co? MDCO, look at the Proverbs 31 woman in the Bible. She had maids. Maids, not maid. If you can't help, get her the service. It must not be living. Say, oh, I want to walk naked in my house. So I don't want living person. It's okay.
Okay.
Get her somebody that will come when you are not there. And will do the work. And clean up and go. And you can enjoy your wife so that she's not tired. She's not. And then you can cook and put in the freezer. Some men will say, no, as I'm coming, when I'm at the gate is when you should start making the food. I want it fresh. God bless you, sir. If she's a career woman, it will be near impossible. The best she can do is cook meat, and you know the way they do a la carte, have some things have done, and when you are near, she will do it. But then she also needs to look at her time so that you don't become an hindrance to her progress.
Yeah.
So talk about your expectations. It's very key. Then talk about boundaries. Okay. Talk about boundaries. Spell it out. What is allowed and what is not allowed. Family, friends, exes, past boyfriend, girlfriend, in-laws, outlaws. All of it. Talk about boundaries. Talk about money. Money is key. When it says money answereth all, that's what the Bible said. It's very key. And it's one of the reasons why people have conflicts in their marriage. How do we manage money? Who is the spender? Who is the saver? How do we spend money? How do we give to our parents? How do we budget? Talk about it. Talk about your spiritual life, your faith. Are both of you of the same faith? Do both of you believe in the same doctrine? So that you don't get married and one person is going to one church, another person is going to another place. Agree beforehand so that you are a team. Do you both believe in fasting? Do you both believe in tithing? If you are Christians, what do you believe in? You need to look at all of that. Okay? You need to look at it. What else? Intimacy and sex. Look at it. Talk about your past. If you know this marriage is going to end up, then talk about your past. If the relationship will end up in marriage, then it's time. When you're in counseling, talk about it. If there are things that he needs to know, then let him or her know. And if they are not ready, they can go. But if they are ready, then fine. Do you have children from your past? Do you have things with infertility? Whatever it is. Do you have any sickness or anything that the person needs to know about? This is when to talk about it. Talk about intimacy. How do you want to enjoy yourself? Talk about all of that. Children. Do you want children? I've seen people that will say, I don't want children. I don't want children. So do you do all of that? Talk about living. And then talk about people that will come and stay with you, relatives, friends, people coming around. Talk about it so that you can set proper boundaries. Talk about family projects, how you save, how you do things, your holidays. Will you be going on holiday? Talk about how to resolve conflicts. Some people stonewall. Is that you? So you need to talk about it. How do we resolve conflict? Do we need to bring in a third party? Do we need to talk to a mentor? Where do we get to before we call a third party, a professional, or somebody we believe in their counsel to come into this relationship? You need to talk about that. Why? Before you say I do. Because when you talk about it, you are finally helping yourself so that when you get married, after you've spoken about this, you will not be able to, do the marriage right. And there are red flags before you talk about. Do you have the same belief? Do you have shared beliefs? Are you both progressive in your thinking? If you are an optimist, your husband or wife is a pessimist, everything they shoot down your ideas. You can't deal. It's just a matter of time. I've seen people that have walked out of their marriage because they are going north, the person is going south, and they got tired. Are you working as a team? So there's so many red flags before the marriage. And if you're already in the marriage, you can still remedy it. Get help. Get help. But marriages fail basically for lack of knowledge. Basically, lack of knowledge. So your testing will not help. But if you prepare, you have a better chance. When you prepare, you use all the questions, everything we've said here, you are prepared for it. I told you my story. 4 different counseling, 4 different people, and we are still going. We are still preparing. We are still working it. It's not the knowledge I have of my husband that I'm still using now. Every time I upgrade. So where are we now? What are we doing? How are we now? What is this? Sometimes we'll sit down and just discuss our finance. Sometimes it's the children, how we parent. Sometimes, so communication is key. Are you communicating well? Are you talking? Or is just monosyllabic communication where you say this, yes, you want to eat, yes, you don't want, no. You want to, no, that's not communication. Depth. Some people, men don't know how to communicate. Some women don't know how to. They will hide everything depending on your temperament and code. Some people will want to sweep everything under the carpet because they are afraid of confrontation. But how do you learn how you resolve conflict? It doesn't have to be war and fight just because you want to resolve conflict. You learn it. You learn how to communicate. You learn how to do things. And when you do all of this, believe you me, you will make sure that your marriage is not one of the statistics of those failing. It's not easy. Sometimes, like, people will say, I've done the right thing, I've done everything, and it failed. Add prayer to it. Add prayer to it. Sometimes it's a pattern from somewhere. Sometimes it's a spiritual attack. That's why even for us that are counselors, I tell people, you pray more as a counselor. Because when you are saving other lives, the devil is waiting for you to say, you've done this, I'm coming for you. And they will attack you more. So if you are not prayerful, even as a counselor, believe you me, you are waiting. The devil is just waiting, and he's very patient. He can wait for you 10, 15, 20 years. We'll wait. But when you are making it work, you are praying and telling the God that is still in marriage, watch over mine, even as I help. And you keep doing right. Because some of us, we are counselors, we don't practice what we preach. Say as I do and not as I do. That for me is a big problem, because I believe what you don't do, don't export it out. So when I coach people, I'm coaching with my life. I talk, I say things. If you have been in some of our sessions with me and my husband, it's our life we're using to talk. And if we need to share people's story, it's people that we have their permission most times to say, we can share this, or we can say things, and we can share and just teach people about it. And then things that we've read, things that we know, because we're in the family life space. So sometimes you need to have understanding and keep upgrading your knowledge. If gadgets are upgraded every 6 months, sometimes every year, how much more human being? The Bible says the path of the just shines brighter and brighter. You're not supposed to have a better yesterday. You should be getting better and better. And it's in learning. It's in putting action to learning. It's in both of you being progressive in your mindset. It's both of you working the marriage, being committed to each other. It's both of you enjoying intimacy in the several ways, recreationally, enjoying intimacy emotionally, enjoying intimacy physically. Sex is a big part of the physical aspect as well. It's both of you enjoying intimacy spiritually, and all of that. That will help your marriage. And so when you do all of that and you pray, believe you me, the chance of it failing, then cost you, it's hard.
It's really hard.
It's hard.
Mama B, we are wrapping up now. I just have 2 final questions to ask, and I will ask it at once before we go to your rapid fire fun questions, and then we'll close off. The first one, I'll do 2 in 1. The first one is about men. A lot of the women that I come through, I counsel married women. Although, of course, a lot of them have gotten it wrong in the foundation, but maybe the men thing is just usually like they are stuck, and they are stuck because their husbands do not want to move. So I think now I'm even talking more of married men, since you've shared a lot about single men and what they can do. What can women in marriages with men, they did not prepare, they didn't do any of these things, but they feel stuck? What can they do at the phase that they are at? Whether it's cheating, whether he doesn't care, there's nothing, there's one, he plays game. There are just different things that usually comes out. Like, this woman is tired of carrying the burden herself. That is one. And number 2, some people have been burnt by mentors, and because of that they go around on a sharing spree of there's a way they say it about it's just basically about lack of submission, so they go around preaching that message of lack of submission. Now, Mawabi, from a years of experience and even maybe hurts that you've also had, how can we balance the point of when mentors have been tormentors to people versus a person being open-minded to see the impossibility of good people that can still mentor them without wanting to torment them? Yes, and then bringing that into their space, because a lot of times some people, especially men, that's one of the, even women nowadays, that's some of the reasons that holds them back, or the excuses that they give for not having that model, earthly model that they follow. And then of course, regarding the married men now, what can married women in that space do who feel that they are stuck and don't know how to go about it? Final questions.
Okay, so I'm talking to married people now. And
yes,
even those that are not married, you can get from it. If you're married and your marriage is tough, okay, it depends on your season. Marriages come with seasons, okay? And there are times that if we use the 4 seasons overseas, where you have autumn, you have spring, you have summer, you have winter, marriages will go through those phases. When you have the summer season, everything is all rosy. Like maybe you just got married, it's sweet, it's boyfriend, girlfriend kind of style and things. And then winter hits. You need to have the skills. That's why it's important you read books. That's why it's important you have mentors even before. That's why it's important you already have a tribe that you are part of, that can support, and you're listening. We go to a church that is a Bible-believing church here in Lagos, and our spiritual heads they are open with their relationship, and we learn from them. We also have marriage mentors that are open, you know. So in choosing our mentors, it was based on our values and their personalities as well. Because, and like I tell people, you are not tied to anybody. Okay. When you talk about lack of submission, some people are not ready to submit. And most people come around some mentors for what they can get, not what they can give. Your mentors too need help. So do they also have mentors? Are they submissive? You need to, yes. I don't follow people that are not submissive. They know it all. No, I can't. Most of my mentors listen to me as well, because I'm also an authority. Even if we have children, and our children listen, we listen to them because we don't know it all. They've upgraded themselves, they are learning. Some things we know, they know better because of the season they are in. You need to have mentors that are teachable, are coachable as well, and trainable. And mentors, you respect their view. And it's not about money. Because people come to mentors for what they can get. And I've seen all sorts of people. People will even call me mentor everywhere. Bridget Elesin is my mentor. We don't have one-on-one relationship. Let me just say, a lot of people we don't have. That you follow me and not your mentor. I beg you, I am not your mentor. Until you've met me, you've asked and I've accepted. I am not your mentor. So don't betray my name about. I have role models. People, I used to say before, oh, this is my mentor. This person is my mentor. I read their books. I follow them online and things. And they've been voices in my head because of the way they do their life. That they are not really my mentor. But those I sit under have a right to call me to order if there are issues.
Yeah.
And I can go to them. And it's not left for me to answer. The buck stops with me and my husband. If we now say, oh, my mentor has spoken, and you want to take, it's your decision to make. I would have done my best. You cannot now say, oh, this person is this. Your mentor can be a friend, but it's not really to be seen as a friend in quotes. Because sometimes the person you come to for mentoring, coaches are different. They can be anybody. Anybody can coach. You are younger. With what you do, you can coach me. But if you are coming to me for mentoring, it's always a higher person that you're coming to for mentoring. Or somebody that is more knowledgeable in that area. It might not be age per se, but the person has more knowledge and is somewhere you want to be. So you must learn to submit. And if the person is not living right and wants to push down what the person is living into you, please, your navel is not tied to that person. Your umbilical cord has been cut when you were born. Even cut from your mother when you were born. So you cannot now go and tie yourself to somebody that is not living right, not doing right, and everything they see is what is bad and toxic. My dear, you are not a tree. Move. Except you are the one that has submission problem, you are the one that is not ready to grow. And I've seen people like that will come. This woman is too hard. Go. Years later, they are coming. I have moved though. It's not the person you used to know now. Now there are new criteria to come near me.
To come near.
So I used to know how we were like this drinking Gary. My sister, that Gary drinking, we've moved. I'm no longer drinking Gary with you. So when you come, you are coming on my terms.
Yeah, sure.
And if you can't stay, please go find another mentor that can tolerate you. And I tell people, I want my mentees better than me. I'm not jealous. I'm not a tormentor. Your path is different from mine. Yes, some mentees will come and they want to rub it in. I am this, I am that. My sister, we are fighting different battles. We have different life. We have different issues. Look at Abraham and Lot in the Bible. Genesis. Go and read it. Abraham was sent somewhere, took Lot. And Lot became a turn later because Lot's herdsmen and his herdsmen were having a fight. Abraham had to sit down to be the bigger one to say, we can't continue like this. Choose, you go here, I go there. You go there, I go here. And Lot was the first to choose. You know how some mentees, they are like, now they sabi pass, now they no pass. My mom used to tell me those days, if you have many clothes, more than old women, old man or old woman, you have many fine clothes, you will not have rags more than them. The rags is their experience. There are things an older person can sit down, see far off, that you as a younger person will climb a tree and you will not see it. So their experience in life, and then how spiritual are they? Most of my mentors are spiritual because I cannot put my destiny in the hands of somebody that is talking about one nation when I'm talking about 127 provinces.
Oh my God.
I'm talking global, you are talking city. There's no correlation. I can learn city from you and then tell you, okay, we've learned for this season, you've been good, God bless you, and move on. And we shouldn't quarrel when you are moving. It's life. Even your children, you pray for them to be better. You pray for them to do well, better than you. If you were able to fetch one water, you are praying your children to have 10 bottles. So why will I put another man's child under subjection that I should be better than them? That is witchcraft. And it's so easy. You don't need wings to fly. It's in your action. So when you're choosing a mentor, please choose right. I don't associate with everybody and I'm not ready to. I can even be in your tribe and I just get what I need and I'm not there. But I'm always there to give value. If you know me very well, I'm always there to give value. Even if I don't call you mentor, coach, anything that will give you value, I will go all out. And I appreciate those that give me value. We don't have to be mentor, mentee to add value to each other. We are created to add value to ourselves. Add value to people. And so for that woman, please, in that home, first of all, ask God to help you. I believe in God and I believe in prayers. There's nothing God cannot do. If you are being abused, if the person is hitting you, is toxic, and you know your life is threatened, please and please separate. I didn't say divorce, so separate and get help professionally. And let somebody be able to talk to him. If he's able to listen, you get help. But if not, fine. But if he's not the abusive one, is not hitting you and is, is just not driven, look at his temperament. How do you help him? And I always tell women, I know people that have hated me without knowing me. Because Mama B said this. Oh, Mama B said this. They don't even know me from Adam. And most times what I'm saying is the truth. So they take it to their husband. Hey, Mrs. Elesin said this. And the man will say, does she not have trouble in her home? Is she a perfect person? They'll start beefing me for what I don't know about. If you have a coach that you are following, be careful how you put their names out there. Especially for a man that is not progressive in his mindset and does not believe in coaching. When you tell them, this person said, they will start hating them. I've been hated by people that don't even know that I've been the one saving their marriage.
Wow.
Because when they'll come and say, you didn't do well, this, that, I will talk, but I'm very real. And they'll not say, okay, fine. It is later when those guys are now close to me, and sometimes even wives. I'm a fine woman, so some women even get threatened. Hey, don't let, my dear, my husband is fine, I am fine, and by God's grace, I don't plan to cross the line in any way. So if your husband is coming around me, be thankful. Because most times I put them, go to my husband sometimes. So when you start having this one, if mentors have slept with your husband, I'm not that kind of mentor. Please please, I don't intend, I will never intend to. And when you are coming now, I've even started saying, I will create a form, go and pay, so that no syphilis level. Can't just walk into my house except I give you the permission to walk in. And if you decide to come, you know the address. I can still stop you at the gate, say, I don't want to see this person. Don't let them in.
Of course. Yeah.
So please, let's be very careful. I know who I follow. I don't pray to have mentors that all they want to do is sleep with my husband if they are female mentors. God forbid. My mentors are doing very well, are beautiful people, have their own homes, and are examples. And same thing with Portuguese. I carefully select. I do it as a team most times, so that you are happy in your home, and me and my husband are both mentoring you. And once I notice that this person has an attitude that, my dear, I'm very quick in praying people out of my life, and there's no pain in that. I just say, God, this person came for a season, maybe the season is over. Is it a full stop or a comma? If it's a comma, let me know the sign. I will put the comma, then we can still continue. If it's a full stop, no feeling of anything, God, let them go. No quarrel, no bad mouth, nothing. If you want to go and bad mouth me, I don't have anything to hide. Most times I tell people my story myself. So you can go. And I don't do anything that will say, hey, this woman is wicked. She's a witch outside and inside. What you see is what you get. So there's nothing of this is how she is. I don't even want people, like I keep telling you, I have 3 children. I have how many siblings? I have my husband. I'm too busy. So I don't even need mentees right now. If it's coaching, go and pay money, I will coach you. And after the business is over, God bless you. I don't want headache. That is me as a person. Except God tells me, this is my mentee. And if you are my mentee, be able to submit. And you, when you come into a relationship, mentoring relationship, ask yourself, what have I come to do in this person's life? Is it to kill the person? Because some people are toxic and they have curses on them. When they come, it's just to break that person's life. And they become a pain. May we not see such Portuguese. That's why I'm very prayerful when it comes to them. So when you come, what are you there for? And even if you see your mentor's nakedness, you have to be careful. You have to be careful not to be the one spreading. I'm very careful who you share with. Sometimes holy gossip is a prayer point. Sometimes those prayer points are not needed. Pray for them on your own. Pray for them on your own. So when you feel this is the person that, or you need this person needs help, you pray. There are people I don't know, and I just see their stories trending. I start praying. I don't know them, because my heart is drawn to say, God, if this person gets destroyed, so many people will follow. God have mercy. God help. I don't have to know you. That's why I tell some people sometimes when they say, hey, you don't look after me, you don't know. I say, I beg, when we reach heaven, God will tell you who has been helping you. You understand? Because people want things as in, oh, I am the one. I don't even need it. I have enough on my plate. So when you come near a mentor, know what you are coming near, because sometimes you are the one that will make the mentor become a tormentor in your life. 1, by not setting clear boundaries. 2, by overstepping your boundaries. 3, by expecting too much. The person is also human. Expecting too much from the person. Right. You now turn the person to demigod and make them malfunction. Carry your expectations to God. He created you, he made you. Don't carry it to your mentor.
Wow. Wow. Honestly speaking, Mama V, this has been a session. There is no way that we are not watching or spreading the replay of this. Honestly speaking, thank you so much, Ra. I will go to, in fact, if he's just really still full, and there's just so much that we can even finish today. But we really pray for understanding and, of course, continuous knowledge and even zeal to learn these things. Okay, Ma, so we're going to a more fun part, which is your rapid fire question. Thank you so much for everybody that has stayed till this point. We're wrapping up now. So rapid fire question are actually you're supposed to answer in like 30 seconds or less. All right, so we'll start. What is your favorite color?
Okay, I will say for now, it's between blue. I love blue. I'm a blue girl, so to speak. And then I like yellow now. Yellow is the color that somebody, I love yellow. So basically blue, yes. Basically blue. I'm not a white person, and I have my reasons for not, though I have it here and there, but I'm not the white will not be the first color I'll pick. So blue, yellow, and maybe black. So
Okay.
blue will be my first answer. Yeah.
First answer. What is your favorite food?
Hey, that is hard. Hard. Okay, for those that know me very well, I love Chinese food. But then one food that I can never get tired of eating is gari, eba, stew and okra. Eba, stew and okra is till today, still my favorite. As in I eat it almost anytime. But then Chinese food any day, anytime. Call me, I will be there.
What are you allergic to?
Okay. Allergy in terms of food, I won't really, there are things I don't eat, but I don't think I'm allergic to anything per se, but I'm allergic to toxic people that are not progressive in their mind, and people that all they want to do is come near you to just gain. You know, it's not bad to gain, there's something, but all they want to do is get, and then they're the ones just going to badmouth, and they really don't have any value they're adding to you. I'm allergic to such people. I'm allergic to such people. Yeah.
What is your best movie or best movies?
Hey, that would be, if I take it off my head, a lot of movies. I can't say best. One movie that I never get tired of watching is Sound of Music. Long time, is old. If you didn't watch it then, hey, you see me, call me auntie, call me mama, call me. You know, those are things that you know that when you say Sound of Music, it's old. So I love family. Yeah, I love family movies, comedies. But my best all time, Pretty Woman, interestingly, is still one of my favorite movies. Pretty Woman. Yes, by Julia Andrews. No, Julia Andrews was Sound of Music. Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman is Woman. It was just nice. Then in Nigeria, what will I say? So many. Let me not start getting involved in that. But basically, any family, good scripts, clean scripts, family-oriented movies, I'm in for it.
It's okay. Okay, what is your best book?
Hey, I'm a book person. I love reading. So it's going to be very, very hard. But interestingly, I still read my own book. Fathers, You Must Take the Lead is one of my favorite books, my book I wrote. And that book for me was spiritually written. So I still read it here and there. I read Fathers, You Must Take the Lead. So it's one of my favorite books. Any of John Maxwell's books is one of my favorites. And then interestingly, Things Fall Apart. Things Fall Apart.
Wow.
It talks about so much belief system, talks about the family, talks about fatherhood. When it comes to fatherhood, which is one of the call of God upon my life, if you read Things Fall Apart, you will learn more about fatherhood and what fatherhood, the fatherhood of Unoka, how it affected Okonkwo, the main character in the story. So Things Fall Apart will still be till today. Come day, rain, sun. Then the Bible. The Bible is so full of wisdom and everything. So in that way, I'll just say, those are my favorite books.
Were you giving birth to in Nigeria?
Almost Nigeria. Totally. Benin girl. I'm from Edo. I'm a Benin girl. I was born in Benin City, brought up there between Edo and Delta State. So I'm a Nigerian to the core, and I love Nigeria, and Nigeria is my country. Any day, anytime, no matter where I go to, home is home. I love Nigeria. I was born here, born and brought up.
If you weren't born here, what country would you have liked to be given birth into?
Yay! Okay, interestingly, very, very interesting. One of the country I call my adopted country, and I do missions there, is Trinidad and Tobago. Okay? So if there's any country I would want to live in and probably end up in, it will be Trinidad and Tobago. It's not the fancy American, because they blend between Nigeria, America, maybe the UK. But I love Trinidad. I love the people. I love it, okay? So that would be a country that if you tell me, wake me up, Bridget, if I give you citizenship, where? Maybe I'll take Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, wow, that is an interesting and rare choice. Interesting and rare. Okay, so this or that, gold or silver?
That one is hard. It's very hard. I love both of it, but I'll go for gold.
Black or white?
Black. Any
Black.
day.
Okay. Yellow or pink?
Yellow.
What is one favorite thing about your husband?
Hey, so many. But what I would say is calmness. Is calmness. When you say somebody is calm, and then his purity of his mind. My husband has one of the purest hearts. You know, he's so innocent in his thinking. Sometimes I'm like, is this guy for real? Is he really a human being? You understand? Yes. So I think, yeah, he's
purity of his heart. Okay, what is one favorite attire for you to wear?
Any day, anytime. People that know me, they know me. Kaftan. It covers a multitude of sin. All the love handles. It covers everything. So you don't get to see the extra fat and everything. So any day, anytime. I love a beautiful kaftan. I love it. Yeah.
What do you like to do for fun?
For fun, okay. It's not so hard. First of all, will be to read. I love reading, so that's fun for me. And then just gisting. I'm a quality time person. So if I'm gisting with my favorite persons, talking with my husband, talking with people in my tribe, my friends, my siblings as well. My siblings we can gist and crack ourselves up. As in, we are big on, so my friends, if I see some of my friends and you see us talking, we never get tired. Just laugh, play catch up and cool. So that's it.
Okay. Small chops or jollof rice?
Hey, both of it. Can I take both?
You have to pick one.
You put the small chops on the jollof rice. We are those that eat. We call food. Food is God's love made edible. So we love food, okay? So it will be hard to pick. Small chops, there's a way it helps you. But if I have to choose, I will take jollof rice.
Jollof rice. Okay. All right. Fruits or vegetables?
Hey, wow, that one is hard. It's hard. Some people say it's fruit, not vegetable. It's vegetable, not fruit. Anyhow it is. I think I will do fruits. I'll do fruit to vegetables.
Okay. Okay. Would you rather take a train or a ship?
Hey.
Train or ship?
The truth is, I like water. I like water a lot.
Okay.
And then, do I really get seasick? I've been on boat cruise and stuff. Not really. So I'll take the water. I'll take the ship.
Okay. The bus or an airplane?
Hey, that one has drama attached to it.
Oh.
I don't know what I will. For me, airplane will be more like it, but then it has its disadvantage. So if I tell me choose, so that people will not say stuff ahead and everything. I want that quick and So for this one, I'll choose the airplane. But if you ask me, they both have their usefulness. I will choose both.
Okay. Writing or speaking?
Hey, you're looking for my trouble. All right, I'm an inspired writer, though I speak under inspiration as well. But I think I'm a scribe. I'm a born scribe. I'm a writer.
Okay.
So I'd rather write.
Okay, rain or sunshine?
I need both. But I like rain. Funny enough, just I don't want to be in it. So I'll take rain. I like sun, but I'll take rain.
Okay, so trainings or one-on-one counseling, if you were to choose?
It's tough to choose between both of them because they have their usefulness. But because of my DNA, I'm a confidant. I am more of a one-on-one person. So I go deep when I'm talking to. So I would prefer one-on-one. I enjoy training, but for me, it's saving one person. I would rather go one-on-one. I think I get more results. I do training, so don't get me wrong. I love training, but if you really ask me, I'm a one-on-one person. I'm a confidant. My DNA is that of a confidant. I can talk more and be able to share more and be able to help you more when it's a one-on-one thing.
Okay. Audio or visual?
Hey, I am both. So it's hard for me to say, it's hard for me to say that. I am both, actually. So I'm, what do you call it now? Kinesthetics in my learning or something. So I'm both audio and visual. Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather pick a day at the beach or a day in one of your favorite restaurants?
Hey, this is hard. It's hard. Okay, depends on who I'm with in both cases. So, but because I like food, I will do with the right person in a restaurant. Let's eat.
The right restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right person in the beach too will work and with good food. Add food to the whole mix and the right person.
Okay, right person and good food. Okay.
Good food.
So
yes.
Last two questions. If you had the power, usually I say if you have like a magic wand, what is one thing that you want to change in Nigeria? Just one thing. If you could just dangle it and then that thing will be changed.
I don't know how to say this without going into a sermon. It's the disunity. The disunity. We are like a marriage that is not working. We are not united. So if there's anything I want to change is to ask us, why should we have this union and what are we all bringing to the table so that it's not one-sided? Because Nigeria is actually like a marriage. It's like the tongue and the teeth. You must bring something to the table. So it will be to unify us, to have unity so that we work on ourselves and unify ourselves. So it's the disunity right now and the lack of maybe commitment on us making it work. Nigeria can work. We don't need to separate to make it work. It's just agreeing. I'm from a different tribe. My husband from a different tribe. But our marriage has worked for 18 years and it's still working. And I know people that are from different tribes that have intertribal marriages. What is making it work is the unity of agreeing a common goal and a common purpose. It will work. Yeah. So that's what I will work on. Yeah.
Work on. And what do you want to be remembered for? The final question.
Okay, so many things. But if there's one thing that is off my head, is kindness. Kindness is what even a blind man, a blind person, a sick person, everybody understands what kindness is. In any language, when you're kind, people will know that you're a kind person. So if tomorrow people say, oh, she has died, let it be that she was a kind woman. I met her and she transformed me with her kindness, with her love. And kindness is a fruit of the spirit. I love people genuinely. I don't love you for what I get from you. I love you because of what I have to give. It's first say, for God so loved that he gave. I'm a giver. I love receiving. Let people not get it wrong, but I love giving more than I have loved receiving. So I'm like my Father God. So I love giving, and so kindness is a fruit of the spirit. And I just tell myself, Bridget, you are kind. I don't struggle with being kind. Even those that have offended me, I'm still kind to them. I'm still kind to them. So that is something that if it's possible to write something, just here lies a kind woman. Here lies a woman that loved and was kind. Yes. That will be my legacy. Kindness. Love, kindness. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mama V. That is Bridget Elesin. Thank you so much for this session. We do not take it at all for granted. If you are on this conversation, please invite people to watch the replay. I'll be saving it now. We've learned a whole lot. Thank you for your time, attention, and investments. Thank you so much, Ma.
Thank you.
Okay, so
thank
come
you.
to the
Bye.
end of the conversation.
My regards to your family. Thank you so much.
Yes,
bye. Small chops. Somebody says small chops. Okay, that's TJ, my brother. Thank you all. Thank you, my tribe, for joining. Thank you.